put your hands on. Down, the best friend. She went and did the same thing. I'm really mad, but she won't know. Everything has gotta be cool when we living so cold. Feel it in your bones. You ain't gonna feel it till I'm gone. Caught up in your feelings, now you froze. And everything around you getting cold. The chill is in my bones. Caught up in my feelings, now I'm froze. I don't really feel it till you gone. And everything around me getting I'm gonzo, headed where the homie live, cause it's on, yo. I was chasing 3 women like I'm Mojo Jojo, so my girl got mad and she my bro. Monica, you're wrong, though. That's against a bro code. Headed to his home, though. No, he living solo. Vertebrae, got this broken to his place. This shit in his face, yeah. From then I say it's evidence. You entertain my loyalty to infiltrate. The only woman that I claim to risk your life to get some strange. All my anger is a pain. You didn't know that I'm a saint. I will blow your up, then I again. Gone. Feel it in your bones. You ain't gonna feel it till I'm gone. Caught up in your feelings, now you froze. And everything around you getting cold. The chill is in my bones. Caught up in my feelings, now I'm froze. I don't really feel it till you gone. And everything around me getting cold.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. Today, it's Week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Houston Texans and the Arizona Cardinals. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go, set. Go, 38.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. Well, this defense for the Cardinals, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground.
Ready?
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Shot, 17. Ready?
He'll look to throw. Finds his man. It's John Mechie. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Houston. Boy, just zero hesitation from the rookie passer there, partner. He is coming out firing in this opening quarter.
And all the talk leading into this game was that pass rush, talking about challenging this guy, getting into his grill, getting into his space. And how about him? Might be his first year in the NFL, but I don't see any fear in him at all. How about that big-time throw right out of the gate?
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there's a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
All told, a 54-yard punt, 13 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Here we go.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They certainly had the right read on that one. The weak spot in a cover 2 defense, right down the middle because it really stresses the safeties. And they're going to be a little bit frustrated they weren't able to connect on that one.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw here. He's going to let it go again. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. After the sack on 1st down, Murray trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Murray going to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 12 yards on third down as the drive rolls on.
As we both know, there's a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Cards are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. That pick hurts a little extra because it was third down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
What you call a rookie mistake. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
That's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Murray. And this one is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And here's Hoffrichter now, the punter, as he sends this one away. "56 yards the punt that time, 12 on the return, and the Texans will take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. Yeah, he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Set, ready. Go, stand.
Hands it off out of the gun. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They're going to look to throw. Looking deep downfield. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Cardinals will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Throwing on first down is Murray. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes, and half.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And the Texans are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Steps away to his left. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up to throw. This will be complete to Mechie. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They'll set up a throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. His big Trey Flowers getting in there that time for the sack. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot, and here another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. On third, here's an option play right. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. He'll get 7 yards there on the keeper, but still fourth down. Zerline's kick is up and through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the interception set him up a terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close.
Touchdown, Houston! John Mechie. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Shotgun now from Murray. Going right back to DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
He's going to look deep end zone for Hopkins. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing. Because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you. And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now.
Touchdown! Zach Ertz, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Cardinals get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back.
Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the third time. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Right.
We're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
Let's go. Drill 52.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro from the left hash. This from 37. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And the lead grows to 14 at 24-10. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And they'll begin by running the option. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7. Murray now to throw. On the slant, DeAndre Hopkins. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And Hopkins has got it. Touchdown, Arizona. From 19 yards away. And the Cards have cut it back within a score. Zerline good with a PAT. And that cuts the lead to 24-17. Touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. J.J. Watt the one that gets him down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. He'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now a handoff running through the middle. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Here we go. Point to deal. Deal.
On play action, they'll throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 22-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's 2nd and 8. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a 1st.
Ready.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of 3 on what will be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Back to throw. Caught left side by Mechie. Touchdown, Texans. John Mechie. A 9-yard touchdown ground. And the Texans are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partners, a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Murray now on first down. He finds Hopkins complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The offense on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Derek Stingley picks it. Past the 20. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw here. And this one too low. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells
touchdown. Josh Oliver from 13 yards out. And the Texans are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And now here is another interception. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
17. Black shot.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
He's got his tight end, Oliver. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Open man is Mechie, and he's got him. And the Texans are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, it's Murray. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Derek Stingley picks it. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. It's then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 69 yards rushing for him now as he's toted it 21 times. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Houston, it's an ideal start as they